And for many, what happened today in Breonna Taylor's case was no surprise, but it's still crushing. Black people are trying to cope with what has turned into a disappointing and repetitive cycle when it comes to seeing justice for people of color. I sat down with a local psychologist who explained how Black people should be handling this latest blow.
I think we're tired. I think that Black people are emotionally drained.
204 days have gone by since 26-year-old Breonna Taylor was gunned down by Louisville police in her own apartment. Wednesday, news that none of the 3 officers involved are being charged with her death was a gut-wrenching punch to Black people everywhere. Cleveland psychologist Dr. TYFFANI DENT.
Trying to hold on to some level of hope that justice is going to happen, and then having to constantly realize that it's not. It's exhausting.
After a year of dealing with the deaths of George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery, even dating back to the police shootings of Botham Jean and Tamir Rice, Dr. Dent says Black people keep reliving this trauma.
Imagine having to have these feelings of helplessness and hopelessness and rage and anxiety and traumatic stress and exist on a daily basis like this. I am seeing people acknowledge more that this is very difficult, it's stressful, they're not sleeping, they're not eating, they're angry.
As protesters hit the streets in cities all across the country, Dr. Dent encourages Black people to do what's necessary to deal with their emotions. Maybe that means expressing your feelings to your friends or through a social media post.
I think a lot of times protest is the language of the unheard, and unfortunately, sometimes we don't even begin to have these conversations, and no one wants to have these conversations until protests happen.
So Dr. Dent says these emotions should propel action among Black people. Go vote, help others register to vote, run for office, and be more involved in your local school board and government to help make changes to the system.